Okay, Matrix. Today we're going to be doing question 3, which is the perspective drawing question of the November 2023 paper. And if you have a look here, at first glance, this looks like quite a challenging question. It does look quite confusing. When I first looked at it, I thought, wow, what's going on here? But if you are someone who struggles to visualize what the end product will look like, in this scenario, I do think that the instructions will help you. And it is because it says here that the 3 views of a covered drive-through ticket booth and the information needed to draw a 2-point perspective drawing. So we know that this is a drive-through ticket booth. So looking at this view here, we could establish, okay, a car can go through here. Person will obviously go through here. Then if we have a look, okay, it's obviously a drive-through. This cannot be a step. Then you'll see, right, there's slopes. These cannot be walls. So this must be a pillar and a pillar just to hold the roof up. Here we can see is a pillar at point C. You can see it over there as well. Then we have got what seems to be a pillar in the middle here as well. And obviously our ticket booth over here. Okay, then it says complete the perspective drawing, align the drawing sheet with the ground line, determine and label the vanishing point, show all construction, show depth at the window, show all interior detail as seen through the window, and no hidden detail is required. Okay, so to start, we're going to grab our vanishing points first. So we're going to have that going up there, and then down again. We'll label that the LVP, and then we'll have this over here, like that, and down like that, and that will give us our RVP. Okay, so I think it would be the easiest to start off by drawing in the roof. So that is where I am going to start off by grabbing the heights of. So I'm going to grab the 3 heights of the roof. So that will be this bottom height here, followed by this middle height, oh, not the middle height, this height here, and followed by the top height here. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down the points for my roof line. So we have got this point here. We will have these 2 points in the front over here. Okay, and we will have this point here, the edge point, which is obviously already touching the edge. We will have this point over here. We will have the back point over here, and then last but not least, this point over here. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to start by grabbing the front point here, which will be at this point over here, and then we're going to bring that line to the LVP, and it will then stand up as a point like that. Once we have done that, we're going to grab the back end of that point, which will be here, and we'll have our dots over there. Okay, now we're going to bring this line that is touching the ground line straight down, because obviously we know that that is a possibility to do when you have a point directly touching the picture plane. And now that we have got that point, we can see that the bottom point starts over here. Okay, then from there we are going to have this go to our LVP. So that point will go to the LVP like that. And then we'll obviously bring our points down onto that line like that. Okay, and then from there our lines will connect up like that. Okay, then what we're going to do next is we're obviously going to grab the 2 front points, which we know will be on this line over here. So if we bring this one down, be over here, And if we bring this one down, it will be over here. So if we had to draw that in, it would look like this so far. Okay, then obviously we know that we have from this point a point going backwards, and so we're going to grab that point, which will be this point over here. So we will have that lining up together over there, and then from this point here there will be a point going back. Okay, once that is done, your roof will be complete and you can draw it in solid. I'm only going to do the outline. I'm not going to do anything on the inside yet, because I know that there is possibility that it can change depending on what goes on inside. Okay, so we're going to just do these outside points along. Okay, so once the roof is in like this over here, we are going to start by getting in our A point, just because it touches the ground line, which will make it easier for us to obviously use. Okay, so we've got this point here, which we're going to lightly bring up like that, and then we are going to take from here to our RVP a line, and then from here to our LVP another line. Okay. And then from that we can see that we actually have the slope over here and the pillar just aside from that. So I want to get the pillar in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the point here where the pillar starts. So the pillar point will be here, 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 and then we're going to bring the one at the back just in case. Okay, so obviously we know that this is point A. If you want to label it like that, just so that you can obviously remember where things are going, then you can bring these points straight down. So we've got this point over here, which means if we want to extend the pillar outwards a little bit, we are going to have to take this to our RVP, like this over here. Then we can bring down the line over here. Okay, and then from there we can have the left vanishing point like that. Then we are going to do this point of the pillar over here as well. Okay, we know that the pillar has a height up to this point here. Obviously it shows two heights, the first height and the second height, because it's at a bit of a slope. You can see that over here. So if you would like to bring both across to help you, you can do that. I'm just going to start off with the first one and then the second one on top of that one. So it looks like that. Okay, so once we've got that, you can bring up this line all the way to the top over there, and then followed by this line over here. Although, judging by what we see over here, we can see that there will be a flat bit that will be in our line of vision, and so it would be important to keep that in mind. Okay, so we're going to leave that there for now, and what we're going to do is we're just going to take the pillar up from this point here and draw that solid over there. Okay, then what I want to do is actually get the back end of the pillar, so we can have this brought down over here, and then we're going to bring that straight down onto our pillar line. So from here straight down, and then we're going to get the next side of the pillar, which will be this side here, and then from there we will go straight down as well. Okay, and then before we carry on, what we need to do as well is add in the depth of this pillar here. So we're going to take that to our RVP. We're going to grab this here, going to bring that down, and then from there going to bring that up over there. Okay, once we have done that, we will have that point done over there. Okay, and then obviously we know that there's going to be a gap, a little bit of a step, given the fact that there is a slope. So that step will obviously be where this bit ends over here, and so we are going to bring that line down from where it's supposed to be. Oh, that one's a bit wrong. Sorry, I brought the wrong line down. This one here, and join it over here. I'm just going to quickly take out that line that I drew by accident so that you can see what it is supposed to look like. Okay, so you can see it will be something like this over here. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to grab, a lot of this isn't actually the right level. Now that I think about it, it might change. So if it does, excuse me for that. I don't know where my brain is today. But let's just carry on. So we're going to just start off by grabbing this step, or this slope rather, and then we can actually check if our level is correct. So we've got that part of the slope there, which we are going to just drop down at this point over here, and then we can see that the slope actually goes up a level here. So we're going to bring that onto the A line, and then there will be two ways to check this level. Firstly will be to take this line back to this small line here, from there go back to the RVP, and then from there bring it back to the LVP, and it does actually line up, so that's very lucky on our part. But now we're going to carry on in terms of getting it for the slope. So we're going to go to the RVP, okay, and then from there we're going to go to the LVP fully, so that will be the LVP, and if we bring this point up to this point here, it will go back here as well. Okay, then we obviously want to see where the slope will stop, so we'll bring these slope lines onto the picture plane. Okay, and then we can join those two lines together, which will be done like this over here, and then from there we can obviously bring, let's just see here, if that line reaches all the way up to this point here, and we bring that line down, our slope will be there. Then you'll see that there's just a small part of the slope we need to add, so we will do that, and then obviously the slope will also be from this point to that point over there. Okay, and let me just see, that is still part of the slope. Okay, that's part of the wall that extends out, good to know. Then we will draw in that slope over there. Okay, then from the slope over here we see that there is a wall that actually extends out, so from that same point that was here, you are going to go to your LVP, and extend it out like that. Okay, and then from that point you're going to go down to the SP and slightly slope up like that, and then bring this point to the LVP again, and you can make it solid. So this will obviously be part of this step here that you can see the platform that goes out a little bit more. Okay, to get more of the platform, we are going to then take this point backwards to the RVP, backwards like that. Then we've got point C here, so we're going to take that to the SP, and then from there we can bring point C up all the way, but not a solid line, because obviously there will be a slope, so it will be different sizes in different parts. Okay, so we are going to quickly grab the platform measurement here, take that to the RVP, and then from there we're going to take the thickness of C, which will bring down here, and then from there we'll bring that up. Okay, now we can draw CN using the correct heights as well. So we're going to start off by bringing the heights onto this line here, because it will make the true length correct. So on this A line here, which maybe I must just highlight it so that we can actually all see which line I'm talking about. So we'll just quickly do a little highlight line right over here. Okay, hopefully that will help you to see which line I'm talking about. Okay, then we're going to grab the two heights for the C pillar. So we're going to start with height on the right. So we're going to take that height, followed by the height on the right, the left, which will be there. Okay, then you can see we will have this line and this line, and then obviously the C lines will be back there. So we're going to start off, we're going to take that line to the RVP, that line to the RVP. Okay, then from there we're going to take those lines to the LVP. So I don't know why this one's coming out so skew. We'll take that line there, that line there, and then from there we're going to go back to the RVP. So we've got RVP and the RVP. Okay, so we know that the shorter line will be at the back, so we will have a line going here down, and then the line from the top going here upwards like that, and then we can just join those two like that. Cool. And then we will obviously get the thickness in now, but first we're going to draw our platform in the front here as a solid line. Okay, so it should look like this so far. Hopefully I've not confused you or lost you, but sometimes I really don't know. So you guys, if you do feel like I could change something, please comment that down below. It will really help me. Okay, now we're going to grab this side of the pillar here, which will be down like that. And then from there, we're going to draw that pillar down. Okay, I've done mine part solid, but I also realized there needs to be a floor at the back here. So perfect height that I've drawn it at, and we're going to just leave it at that for now. This side will be completely solid here and here. The reason why I say that is because it's a pillar, there is going to be the floor level going backwards and out like that. So we're going to just leave it like that for now. Okay, we obviously want to get the slope in at the back as well. So we're going to focus on that point next. So we're going to just start off by taking all of these lines for the slope down to the SB point onto the picture plane. I'm going to do that off camera, and then once we've done that, we'll do the back slope together. Okay, so you can see I have got the lines, and what I've done to make it so that I can see them is made these splotches a little bit darker, and from that we are now going to bring the lines down. So starting off with this point here specifically, because that is where the slope starts, and you will see that it will land up on this line here that we've drawn just over here. Okay, we are also going to do the back line, because obviously we know the back line is part of the pavement, as you can see over there. So we've got the pavement line, which will be over there. Okay, then because we know this is where the slope starts, we are going to take that to our RVP and draw a line going across, obviously minding the pillar, and that is where it will stop. And then from there we'll draw that line solid like that, and we will put a little line here to show that it drops down, because we will not be able to see the slope at the back. Okay, then neatly we're going to draw a line from here going all the way to the RVP over here. Okay, from there we're obviously going to need to draw our little circle setup, and that is what we're going to work on now, because it is the last piece of this perspective drawing. Okay, so so we're going to start off with those points at the back over here. We're going to bring that down and make a point over there. Once we have done that, what we are then going to do is we're going to grab that point and drop it on from here down to the floor over here. Okay, from there we're going to take that point to the LVP, and we're going to bring it forward. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to do from this point here down like that. All right, from this point here down, we're going to make a light little line first, because we are going to need to ensure that the height of this stays level all around. So just to check, we are going to bring this height onto this line here. Okay, and then we're going to bring it from that point onto this line here. So that will be done through the RVP. From there we'll obviously go to the LVP, so it will be there, and then from there obviously back to the LVP, so the actual height will stop at this point here. Okay, so we will have that as the height point. Okay, I don't know why I've drawn that as a solid line either, excuse me for that. I think I'm just having one of those days. We all have those days. Okay, so that's where the circle is supposed to start. My apologies. Up to this point here, you can draw solid, and up to this point here, you can draw solid. Okay, and I'm just going to quickly add that line back really neatly. Okay, so that it looks like this over here. Then we can add this point here at the back, solid as well, and then through here we're going to do the RVP like that over there. Okay, now we can get started on the rest. So let's just start with the window, because that will be one of the easier ones to start off with. So we're going to grab the bottom height of the window, put it on the purple line, as well as the top height of the window, put it on the purple line, and then from there we are going to take that to the RVP and to the RVP again. From there we're going to go to the LVP, so we'll have LVP and LVP as well, and then that will actually go straight back as well through the LVP through these points here. So we'll have line here and a line here, so you can see the two lines there on the wall, and then we will have our window. So we're going to draw that down and that down, as well as the back points, because we obviously need the depth for the window as well as required, and then back here as well. Okay, so once we've done that, we can start off by getting the outline of the window. So that will be the one outline over here, second outline be over here, and then we can quickly draw in the window top and bottom. Okay, then lightly we're going to go to the RVP, and we're going to bring down the thickness of the window, so that will be that over there, which will obviously have a line over here, and then going to the LVP as well. Okay, that will then be our window, and then we've obviously got the circle which we have left to do. So we can, let's just have a look, see, this will be our middle point here. So we're going to start off with this back line here, because obviously we know that's where the circle starts. We're going to start by bringing the middle point down. Okay, down onto that line, and then from there forward. Okay, and then we're going to quickly, you can't actually see it over here, which is fine, but what we're going to do is we're going to quickly section the circle. So you can hold your ruler like that, and you could do your sectioning obviously with your 60-50 degrees. I'm going to quickly do that off camera. Okay, now that the circle has been sectioned, we are going to do the next step, which would be to take the ruler, and I'm just going to slightly push it back. Okay, and then we are going to, from where the section lines are, draw lines going straight down. So first on the outside, like this, and like that. We will obviously have to go back. No, we won't actually. Never mind. Just the outside. So just like that. Mine is not as straight because the ruler was a little bit bouncy at the end. So we're just going to straighten those lines. And I'm going to make them a whole lot darker. So that will be a point. That will be a point. That will be a point, and this here will be a point. Okay, so you can see what it would look like over there. Okay, then we're going to, from where these points are, we're going to bring those down. So that means that we're going to take this point here, bring it down, obviously make a thing at the end so you know where it is. We're going to bring that point down. I'm going to just make a little solid bit at the end so I know where it is. Same with this point here. And then same with this point at the end over here. And then you can bring all of those points down. So we've got 4 points. So we've got 1, which will go here, 2, which will go here, 3, which will go here, and 4, which will go here. Okay, so you can see those lines over there. And then from there, you're going to bring them to your left vanishing point. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just like that over there. Then once we've got those points, we can bring the points here down and correspond them. Okay, so obviously we know the end of the circle is at this point here and at this point here, and all of these lines in between are in the middle. Now if this is a bit much for you to take in and you're not 100% sure on how to draw your circles in, I do have a perspective video on how to draw a circle, so you can watch that one. It should give you an idea of what you should be doing. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this circle here, bring it down to the SP, so it will be this point here, and I'm going to do it one by one so that I do not lose my points. So that point will land up on the first line over here. Okay, then we have got the next point, which will be this one here. Bring that down to the SP, it will land up over there. So if we had to bring that point down, it will land up this point over here. Okay, the middle point we will bring out down next. So that will be from here down, which will be this point over here. Okay, and then we will do the last 2 points. I'm going to do them at the same time, so we will have this point here, and just going to make that one really dark, and this point here, make that one really dark as well, so they each, so I don't lose them. And then we're going to bring those points down, so we'll have B and A. Okay, then we will obviously connect them neatly in freehand. We will not see this one here, these two, because these will fall at the back. So we'll go from here, here, back all the way like that. Make sure yours is obviously straight. Mine is a bit skew, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Okay, then you can do the same thing by taking this top point here, bringing that to your RVP, and then bringing up your line points. So that would be your middle line, that'd be the one side line, the other side line, the other side line. Bring that one up and that one up, and then obviously we've already got this one up. Okay, then from there you can extend those lines going out. This is, sorry, a bit messy now. You can extend those lines going out. So, just want to see something. Will pretty much be the points. You're going to bring them straight up. So it'll be here, here, because of the line will then be straight. So you're going to have here and here. So like I said, your line's pretty much going to be straight. You can connect these two together, and then because this one's pretty much going to be straight, do that over there. Okay, I know there's a lot going on here and you probably can't see the curved shape, so I'm just going to go over the bottom. Do not do what I'm doing and color it in. I'm just doing it so that you can see what it should look like. Then we are nearly finished, but there are a few things we need to do still. So one of them would be to take this line to the RVP, and then from the edge take it to the LVP so that we get the correct back line for this over here. Okay, we also have to take this roof line back but we can't do that because we've still got this square bit in the middle here, and so we're obviously going to need to put that in as well. So from the floor, we obviously know this here was our middle piece. Okay, so from there we're going to grab, okay, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, so I'm going to zoom in now because it's going to get very, very tricky. Okay, I think that's as much as I can zoom in for now. So let's just get started, and then I can obviously show you how to do this. Okay, so because we know we've already got this point here and the middle point, it's easier for us to just grab these 2 points. So you're going to bring those 2 points to your SP, so that will be 1 point here, and the other point will be here. So I'm going to label them C and D just so I don't lose my points. And then on those lines, I'm going to make C and I'm going to make D, CD. Okay, you can see it's 2 little lines. You can barely see them. And then from there, you're going to go to your left vanishing point. You're going to bring that across. Same with that point there, just like that over there. Okay, and then you can bring one of the back points down, and you can bring the back point here down as well. Okay, from there we've obviously got where the back point is, so you can bring that one back point straight up like that. Then you're going to bring the back point from the RVP across in a light or construction line. So when it touches the other line, you're going to bring it up. Okay, then we obviously know that, okay, we're not going to use this one. I'm actually going to use this one because it will be easier. Bring this point here down onto that same line, which will be over here. So if we have to bring that all the way up, touch about here. Okay, and then you'll be able to bring your roof lines across. I somehow think that I may have drawn this a little bit short, although it doesn't look like it. Maybe I'm just being a bit silly. It actually looks fine. Okay, and then from there we're going to bring this to our left finishing point. So that will go through to the back end. So go through to the back end. That is a straight line, and I do see here that I did actually make this a bit too short. It should be lining up with this point here, so that should be a little bit higher, but I'm going to leave it for now because you guys can obviously just see that this will be a little bit higher. Okay, so my apologies for that. And then obviously you will be able to see the wall going all the way through by the, oh, it doesn't go all the way through. Okay, so you will be able to see the door through the window. So you're going to take the points for the door, okay, so that there will be right down like that, and then the other point for the door will be right from the back like that. Okay, and then that will be your perspective complete. So I hope this helped you. I know there's a lot of lines, but if it even just helped you a little bit with your understanding, then that's all that we really needed. So thank you for watching, Matrix, and good luck with your finals. Oh, let's just show you the finished There we go. So that's what it should look like once it's finished. Okay, so I hope that helped you, Matrix.